This training session is designed to guide you through our TOPAZ system, how to create an animal protocol, and other useful information about the animal protocol submission, review, and approval process. In this session, the following information will be presented to animal researchers: information about animal protocols, requirements for having an animal protocol, and some of the design features in TOPAZ as they relate to creating an animal protocol. Animal protocols are submitted through the university's online TOPAZ system. Once an animal protocol is approved, that approval is effective for 3 years. Investigators are required to submit the continuing or annual review document 1 year after the protocol has been approved, and investigators need to understand that post-approval monitoring may occur at any time with advance notice provided by the IACUC. While students are not permitted to be an investigator on an animal protocol, they can be listed on the protocol as research assistants. Even if the student is not initially listed on the protocol at the time of approval, or if there is a change in students once the protocol has been approved, the protocol can be amended to add or update student information. In order for an animal protocol to be considered, the investigator must be a TSU faculty member. Investigators must complete all of their required training, such as the CITI training, laboratory safety training, and any other training that is pertinent to the study. Only one species is allowed per protocol. If identical experiments will be carried out on multiple species of animals, the protocol can be copied to another protocol with all of the responses. Then only the species will need to be changed. Protocols are created, submitted, reviewed, and approved through the university's online TOPAZ system. TOPAZ is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, with the exception of an occasional update. TOPAZ is accessed only through the Internet Explorer browser, and the Microsoft Silverlight plugin is required in order to access the modules. The TOPAZ user will not see the plugin working as it runs in the background. To get to the plugin, visit www.microsoft.com/Silverlight. The plugin needs installing only once. However, in rare instances, it may need updating. Users will be prompted if this occurs. Logging into TOPAZ requires the user's complete assigned TSU email and password. These same credentials are also used for the electronic signature in TOPAZ. Once the credentials have been entered, click the Login button. Click the Login button on the next screen as well. On the initial log on into the TOPAZ system, there will be icons displayed on the page, not as many as shown here. Protocols will be listed under the My Dashboards section of TOPAZ. For ease of access, the dashboard can be set as the home page. That way, the dashboard will be the screen that is displayed first each time TOPAZ is logged into. At the initial login, the dashboard must be set. Click on My Dashboard. Then click on the Add Dashboards button. Select all of the dashboards in which you have access. Click the OK button. The dashboard will at first be blank since there are no protocols to be displayed. Once a protocol has been created and saved, it will be listed on the dashboard. To get to the protocol form from the dashboard, hover the mouse over My Dashboard in the upper left corner, then select the Animal Protocols by clicking on it. If the dashboard hasn't been set to the home screen, the protocol form can be accessed by clicking on Animal Protocols on this screen. To create a new protocol, access the Protocols menu by hovering the mouse over the Protocols icon, then clicking on Create Original Protocol. You may also use the Protocols menu at the top of the screen, and again hovering the mouse over the menu title, then click on Create Original Protocol. Select the Animal Research Request form by clicking once on it. There are several features on the protocol form that will be identified here. Addressing these features will help with the navigation on the form. The outline navigation pane to the left of the protocol form allows for quick access to a particular area of the protocol. At any time, the user may save an unfinished protocol, then resume creating it at a later time. This is where the outline navigation pane helps. The user may type in a phrase in the search field, and all titles that have the search term will be displayed in the pane. The user can then click on the title to continue completing the form. To clear the search field, click on the X in the right-hand corner of the search field. There are also plus and minus symbols next to each title or question that shows they are expandable or collapsible. There are several ways to enter data in the protocol form. Text boxes, which allow the user to enter any type of data in the text field. Remember, text responses, as much as possible, are to be written on the level of 8th grade understanding. Option choices marked with a circle means only one of the choices can be selected. Option choices marked with squares means more than one option can be selected. There are several tables in the protocol form. To enter a data record in the table, click on the white plus in the green circle. This will add a row to the table. To delete a row, click on the white minus in the red circle that is next to the row to be deleted. Some of the fields in a table have a drop-down menu for selecting items. Some of the tables have a horizontal scroll bar underneath. Be sure to check for the scroll bar so that no table data is missed. Field headings may not be completely displayed, shown by the ellipsis at the end of the title. To display the complete field heading, move the mouse over the line to the right that separates the heading. Click on the line and while holding the mouse, drag the heading in the desired direction. It is recommended that the protocol be saved after completing each section or after entering a particularly detailed or long response. This is done by clicking on the Save icon at the top of the protocol form. The icon will be grayed out until a change is made to the protocol. If the user stops activity on the protocol for a prolonged amount of time, TOPAZ will, without warning, kick out the user. The user will then need to close the browser completely, then log back into the system again. Many of the questions in TOPAZ are contextual, meaning the next question presented to the user will be based on the response to the previous one. Items in which attachments are allowed will have a paperclip to the right of the item. The only acceptable file formats for attaching are Word documents and PDF files. When attaching documents, be sure the files are closed. Attempting to upload a file that is opened will result in an error. Click on the paperclip to begin attaching the document. Then click on the paperclip and the plus again to locate the document. Click on Browse to File, then locate the document. When all documents have been attached, click the Done button. The file name of an attached document will appear right below the question. Once the protocol has been completed and is ready for IACUC review, click on the Submit button. Select the protocol status submitted, then click on the Set Status button. You will then be directed to the login screen to sign the protocol. Once the protocol is submitted, an email will be displayed to the investigator. This email is to acknowledge the protocol submission. A copy of the email is also sent to the Office of Research, as well as any co-investigators on the protocol. Click the OK button. Sometimes an investigator will request that a protocol be looked at before it's actually submitted to the IACUC for review and approval. In most instances, the request is made to the veterinarian. However, this is not required. To request a pre-submission review, click on the Pre-Submit button at the top of the protocol form. Then select the reviewer's name from the list by clicking on the Add Pre-Submission Reviewers link. The reviewer's name may be entered in the search field, either the first name or the last name. And once the name is located, click on the name, then on the OK button. If an email is displayed, This will be the message the reviewer will receive. If an email is not displayed, the person selected will not receive the message because the person does not have the credentials to view the protocol. Click on the Send button. The request has now been sent to the reviewer for the pre-submission review. To log out of TOPAZ, move the mouse to the silhouette in the upper right-hand corner. Click on the silhouette to expand the drop-down menu, then click on Log Out. For security purposes, be sure to close the browser after logging out. Protocols are generally assigned to the IACUC 2 to 3 business days after submission, and the committee is allowed 10 business days to review the protocol, then provide feedback. Be on the lookout for correspondence from the TOPAZ system, as this is how feedback occurs. The IACUC must convene a meeting and have a majority vote of the committee in order to approve a protocol. Sometimes data on a protocol warrant an approval by another committee prior to the IACUC approving the protocol. One example of this is when approval is required by the Institutional Biosafety and Chemical, or IBC, committee. Investigators will be informed when this is the case, and if so, information pertinent to the other committee's review will be forwarded to that committee. Once the committee has completed its approval, notification is sent to the investigator. The investigator must then provide the approval document to the IACUC. The easiest method of doing this is by attaching the document to the protocol. Check the section to see where the approval document can be attached. Animal research protocol approvals are effective for 3 years from the date of approval. However, in the meantime, changes may need to be made to the protocol. If such is warranted, an amendment is required. To amend the protocol, log into the TOPAZ account and return to the Animal Protocols menu. In the menu, select Create Amendment Protocol. A grid displaying all of the approved protocols will be displayed. Click on the protocol to be amended, then click on the amendment form. The amendment form will be attached to the protocol at Section 2. Read the information carefully, as some changes to a protocol require a new protocol, not an amendment. Complete the amendment form, then follow the instruction to making the changes to the affected areas of the protocol. Once done, save, then submit the amendment for IACUC review. A full IACUC review is not required for all amendments, and because there are numerous variables to which amendments require the full IACUC review and those which do not, they cannot be addressed here. Because of TSU's assurance, annual or continuing or interim reviews are required no later than the 1-year anniversary of the protocol's approval. The continuing review should be submitted 30 days before the 1-year anniversary so as to not be late. To complete the annual review, log into the TOPAZ account, then return to the Animal Protocols menu. Select Create Interim Review Protocol. The most recent approved protocols will be shown. This means if a protocol has been amended, then approved, the protocol with the amendment will be displayed. Click on the protocol in which the continuing review needs to be completed, then click on the interim review form. Complete the data on the interim review form, then submit the form for IACUC review. You may skip to the continuing review form by using the outline pane and going to section 2. Save, then submit the protocol. There is mandatory training that every person on the protocol is required to complete. This is accomplished online through the CITI program. Accounts may be requested by completing the form on the CITI page of the Office of Research's website. Once the data is received, the account is created and the courses assigned. The researcher is then notified via email of the assignments. All courses must be completed before the protocol can be approved. Also, additional courses may be assigned depending on the protocol content. Trainings using other methods may also be mandated, and the investigator will be notified when these trainings are needed. The Office of Research is located in Hannah Hall, Suite 310. The hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., with the exception of holidays and university closings. You may visit the office if there are questions. Also, we have an email, officeofresearch@tsu.edu, in which you are free to email the Office of Research. Our website is www.tsu.edu/research. There you will find information that may be pertinent to you. Your attention to this information is much appreciated, and we wish you well in your animal research and hope for great discoveries. Finally, you may take the accompanying assessment for this session. Return to the TOPAZ page of the Office of Research website. After successful completion of the assessment, a TOPAZ account will be created for you so you may begin creating your protocol. Again, thank you for your time.